Now we're going to have a word with Ernie Douglas, the Borough Park Club captain for 1983. Hello, Ernie.
Morning, Bill.
Now, first of all, I think you should tell us a bit about yourself before we start discussing your duties within the club.
Well, Bill, I started my balls at, as you well remember, at the Bluebell in Middlesbrough. And the Bluebell Hotel was owned by Vaux Brewery, and in those days their advert was Vaux for Sport. I think you remember that.
Yes.
Well, the first thing that happened to us, Bill, was they came along and dug the bowling green up and made a car park. So much for the sport. But fortunately, down the road, middle of the corp, they had a bowling green and no bowlers. So virtually a whole team from the Bluebell went to the corp, and we started there and we did very well. From then, with my job, it took me to Gisborne, then on to Hull, and then back to Redcar. And I've been back at Redcar for 10 years, and it's been my privilege to be captain this year.
And how has the club done this season in the various competitions?
Well, Bill, we've had a disappointingly successful season this year. We just missed out on 2 occasions. In the Marshall Shield, we went down in a semi-final to our near neighbours Mask, who unfortunately lost the final. In the new top 10 competition, again we did very well, but after a thunderstorm at Cochrane's we took in water and we finally conceded defeat to the Middlesbrough Bowling Club.
And what about the individual members of the club? Have they won any notable competitions?
Well, yes,
this year?
the members have again brought honour to the club this year. Both Robert Robson and Arthur Blow were awarded their county badges. Malcolm Cullingworth was in fact selected by the county to represent Yorkshire in the National EBA Singles competition. So that's a great honour for Malcolm, and it's a great honour for the club.
Now, in your post as captain, is there any message that you would like to give to the members of Borough Park before we conclude the interview?
Well, if I may, I'd just like to thank one gentleman. He's always behind the scenes. He's a little guy with a big heart, but he sat with me in selection on many occasions, not always agreeing with me, but I've always respected his opinion. And not many people know this, but Herbert Wilford, I think he's been to almost every match, both home and away, giving his support, and I'd like to say a personal thank you to Herbert. But to the other Borough Park players and all its members, I would like to say, be humble in victory, and although it may be hard, gracious in defeat. But always remember, be proud to play for Borough Park.
Thank you very much, Ernie.